I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all crazy sports newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
This is the Sport Report.
Saturday, July 21st. 2019.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report. It's time to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of sports. This is Top of the Order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is Top of the Order.
Our top story comes from Seattle, where Mariners pitcher Mike Leake improves to 8-8 on the season after he pitched a complete game, allowing only 1 hit and 1 walk with 6 strikeouts. He threw a near-perfect game for the Seattle Mariners, but it was Renigfo, the second baseman for the LA Angels, who broke it up with a single in the top half of the 9th inning. Mariners win 10-0 over the Angels. That was Top of the Order. There will be 14 other Major League Baseball games that we'll cover, but before that, we'll cover Le Tour de France and the Open Championship at Royal Portrush. We'll start with Le Tour de France, Stage 13, a time trial in Pau. Yellow jersey leader, the Maillot Jaune holder, Julien Alaphilippe from France, is still the holder of Le Maillot Jaune. After winning the time trial in 35 minutes, he made up 14 seconds over his second-place competitor, Geraint Thomas, the defending Tour de France champion. Today in Stage 14, it's a mountain stage in the Pyrenees from Tarbes to Tourmalet. The finishing stage is Tourmalet. It's one of the most exciting finishes in the Tour's history. 117.5 kilometers, starting at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. The stage itself should take just over 3 hours, but it's going to be grueling, as there's a Category 4 climb and a Category 1 climb. The Category 1 climb coming at 60.5 kilometers. There's also a sprint stage at the 86-kilometer mark, before an HC climb to finish the stage. That'll be 19 kilometers at a 7.4% gradient, meaning it's a very steep climb for 19 kilometers. The stage will finish at just over 6,500 feet in elevation in Tourmalet. In the Open Championships, Shane Lowry shot another 67 to share the lead with American J.B. Holmes, who shot a 68. Rory McIlroy, Tiger Woods, and Phil Mickelson all missed the cut. Graham McDowell is the only Northern Irishman to have made the cut after Darren Clark missed the cut. The cut was 1 over par, 9 strokes behind the leaders at 8 under. That covers the Tour de France and the Open Championship. Let's head to Major League Baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
And Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight and the Mets win it.
Touch 'em all, Joe.
Home run! Mike Piazza!
Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got it! Man, what a play!
Now from Major League Baseball.
14 games in Major League Baseball are as follows. We'll start at Wrigley Field, where the Chicago Cubs defeat the San Diego Padres 6-5. Pedro Strop is 2-3 on the season for the Cubbies, and Craig Kimbrell gets his 5th save of the year for Chicago. Atlanta Braves 4, Washington Nationals 3. Josh Donaldson hit a walk-off single in the bottom half of the 9th inning for Atlanta after the Braves had given up 2 runs in the top half of the 9th. Fernando Rodney falls to 0-3 on the season for the Nationals. Philadelphia Phillies 6, Pittsburgh Pirates 1. Juan Nicasio is 2-3 for the Phillies. In a high-scoring affair, St. Louis Cardinals 12, Cincinnati Reds 11. Michael Wacha 6-4 for the Cardinals, as Carlos Martinez picks up his 7th save for St. Louis. St. Louis scored 10 of their 12 runs in the top half of the 6th inning against Cincinnati. Chicago White Sox 9, Tampa Bay Rays 2. Reynaldo Lopez is 5-8 for the White Sox, and Brennan McKay falls to 1-1 on the season in his first loss as a Tampa Bay Rays pitcher. Toronto Blue Jays 12, Detroit Tigers 1. Marcus Stroman is 6-10 for the Blue Jays, and Jordan Zimmerman falls to 0-7 for the Tigers. Cleveland Indians 10, Kansas City Royals 5. Shane Bieber, no relation to Justin Bieber, 9-3 on the season for the Indians. Mike Montgomery, newly traded from the Chicago Cubs, falls to 1-3 for the Royals. Oscar Mercado had a 5-hit game in this ballgame. Cleveland never trailed at the end of an inning. They always led at the end of an inning, except for when they were tied at the end of the first. Houston Astros 4, Texas Rangers 3 in an all-Texas battle. Justin Verlander improves to 12-4 with a 2.99 ERA for the Astros. Mike Minor survives 7 innings. He falls to 8-5 with a 2.86 ERA for the Rangers. Roberto Osuna gets his 21st save of the year for Houston. The Astros hit 3 home runs in 4 pitches in the bottom half of the third inning to break open the game from a scoreless deadlock to a 4-0 lead. Oakland Athletics 5, Minnesota Twins 3. All of a sudden, the Minnesota Twins have let the Cleveland Indians back into the AL Central race. It was a double-digit lead about a month and a half ago. Now it's a 3-game lead. Chris Bassett improves to 7-4 with a 3.96 ERA for the A's. Liam Hendricks, replacing Blake Trinan, who's on the injured list, gets his 7th save for Oakland. Arizona Diamondbacks 10, Milwaukee Brewers 7. Archie Bradley's 3-4 on the season for the Diamondbacks. Jhoulys Chacin falls to 3-10 for Milwaukee. Greg Holland gets his 16th save for Arizona. The Diamondbacks offense came alive in the bottom half of the third inning as they scored 6 of their 10 runs in the third inning alone. One stat from the Mariners game, as we said, the Mariners game was top of the order. It was a 10-0 victory for Seattle. Daniel Vogelbach had his second 2-homer, 6 RBI game of the season. The only other player with multiple games of 2+ homers and 6+ RBIs in 2019 is Derek Dietrich of the Cincinnati Reds. He's got 2 of those kind of games. Only one other Mariners player in history has had 2 such games within one season. That was Alex Rodriguez in 2000. LA Dodgers 2, Miami Marlins 1. Kenley Jansen gets his 24th save of the season for the Dodgers. He had an injury a couple of days ago, but thankfully he did not end up on the injured list. He scored both of his runs in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Hyunjin Ryu improves to 11-2 with a 1.76 ERA for the Dodgers. Hyunjin Ryu improves to 11-2 with a 1.76 ERA for the Dodgers. He struck out 7 Marlins batters in this ballgame. In 10 innings, San Francisco Giants 1, New York Mets 0. A night after going 16 innings and the Mets scoring in the top half of the 16th before falling in the bottom half of the 16th, the Giants walked off on a literal error. Pablo Sandoval reached on a fielding error to left field. Alex Dickerson scored the only run of the ball game, and once again, it was a pitcher's duel. Jacob deGrom went 7 innings and allowed 3 hits, had 3 walks, and struck out 10 Giants batters. But as the story continues from last season, the Mets lose a game in which Jacob deGrom starts. New York Yankees 8, Colorado Rockies 2. J.A. Happ is 8-5 on the season for the Yankees, and Kyle Freeland falls to 2-7 for the Rockies. Freeland is just in his 2nd start since coming up from AAA Albuquerque after being sent down earlier in the season. In the final game of the night, Baltimore Orioles 11, Boston Red Sox 2. The Red Sox are now 11 games behind the Yankees in the AL East as baseball's worst team gets the best of the defending world champions. The Orioles had 4 runs after the 2nd inning, then they added 2 in the 4th and 5th and 3 in the 7th to cap off a wonderful night. David Price falls to 7-3 with a 3.61 ERA for the Red Sox. Anthony Santander homered for the 5th time this season. One notable result from Major League Soccer is Zlatan Ibrahimovic had a hat trick in El Tráfico, the LA derby between LAFC and LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy 3, LAFC 2. That's the Sport Report for Saturday, July 21st, 2019.
For now, I'm Chandler.
Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports. Do you want to contact Chandler Sports or members of the Sport Report team? Visit sportreportcws.com. This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Chandler Sports is strictly prohibited.